Alright guys, so what's really popular at the moment is on Instagram or Facebook or even on your own website is you're actually showing people what your photo looks like, not just as the image by itself, but also how it looks framed. And no one wants to spend heaps of money getting their photos framed and putting them up in a house and staging it all, when you can just buy a stock photo, chuck your photo in, basically play around with the perspective just in case it's on a slight angle, reintroduce the sort of reflections that are in the glass, and you've got yourself a really amazing shot. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Okay, so this is the image that we're going to be using. It's from the Adobe stock website, and I'll leave the actual image number in the description below just in case you want to grab it for yourself. So this is what it actually looks like when it's all finished. So I've dropped the photo in there, I've changed the perspective, I've actually given it a new background, and I've reintroduced the lighting elements in the shot with the glare in the window. So these are some other ones that I've done here. So it's basically using the same photo, and I've just added a few extra things in to help promote the shot when I upload it onto social media or my own website. Then this is another one that I've got off Adobe stock where I've basically come in and I've masked out the green plant, dropped my image in there just to give it that perspective where it's actually cut off, and then put some information there again. Another one where this image was I actually sold this exact photo to Sony Music to give to Pink when she came out to Sydney and did a concert here in Australia probably about 10 years ago. And this is another one where it actually looks really nice. It suits the shot. Again, the perspective change on it as well. So first things first, what you're going to do is you're going to grab the photo that you want. So these Adobe stock images come in at 300 DPI, so they're really good. So we're going to be using this image here. I'm just going to come in and just reduce this file size down a little bit. I just don't need that much. Just drag and drop it into our image. Just going to turn it off for a minute. So with the shot itself, what we want to do is we want to do several things. First, we want to get our reflection. So we're going to come over to the magic wand tool and just click in here and just make a general selection, right click, layer via copy, just turn that off. We don't need that anymore. Going to come in and grab our polygon lasso tool. Going to create it on a new layer. Going to come in and just be really selective. You just want to select on the inside of this. Come through. And if you missed any parts, like it's probably a little bit out on the problem here, come in. I'm just going to re-click in there. Come down and then just do the selection again. And it just basically adds to the selection that you've done. So that looks pretty good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Shift and Delete, and it's going to come up and ask me to fill it. I'm going to come in, Fill, Color, and with the color pick, I'm just going to pick the color over here on the right within the picture frame. Click OK, OK again. Command D to deselect, and there's our fill within the shot. So there's our reflection back in the shot there. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're just going to have an idea of where we want to have the image sit within the photo. So I'm going to grab my rulers. So if you don't have rulers, come into View, Rulers. And we're going to bring the ruler down and just guesstimate the sort of distance that we want our image to start with over here. And you want it to be basically the same sort of difference up the top here between the top of the frame and the left. And then we're going to do it basically down the bottom as well. And then over here on the right, it's going to be probably a little bit closer to the right-hand edge than it is over here, just because of the perspective, the way it's running. So just going to probably do it a little bit like that. So the next thing we want to do is we want to bring in another guideline, because obviously when the photo actually gets dropped in, so I'm just going to hit Command T to transform it. Obviously the photo is not going to end up there. We're going to have to bring it down. So I'm going to grab another guideline and bring this down. And this is going to be where the photo runs down with the perspective change. So let's do about there. So I'm going to grab the photo now, Command T to transform it again. I'm just going to basically have it sit correctly within the guidelines at the top and bottom over here. And then we're going to perspective change over here. Now, one thing you find is like at the bottom here, you can do another sort of adjustment where the perspective will change ever so slightly, but I found it so negligible it doesn't even really matter too much, but you can sort of change it later. So again, we're going to go Command T, hold down the Command key or the Control key, and then just bring it in. This is the perspective change. You can bring that in here, or you can then just probably just drop it down ever so slightly. Double click, view, guides, clear guides, and just have a look. And there's your perspective change. I'd bring that down under my group, just don't need that now. Okay, next thing we're going to do is I'm going to bring it down to the bottom. And we've got our reflection here now. So the thing with the reflection is it's just too much. So we're going to come in and change our blend mode to soft light. But it just doesn't look right. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a curve to this. Turn it into a clipping mask by clicking that icon here. And now we're just going to darken it. And just make the darker areas darker and the brighter areas a little bit brighter. And just sort of, you just want to get that sort of transparency look that you can sort of see right there. So it doesn't matter what your curve looks like, you just want it to look like that. Then you're going to come down with this layer down here and play with the opacity. You're just going to just slightly bring it up just to the point where it looks like it's part of your photo. Again, you can come in and play with your curve and see if you can just get a better sort of transition. It's going to really depend on the kind of reflection that you're pulling out of the image itself anyway. Okay, so that's basically the photo done. Now, if you wanted to just take this even further, you could come in, grab your rectangular tool, change your corners to being basically just a little bit cornered on the edge there, come through, double click over here, grab a nice new sort of neutral color within the image, click OK. Probably try that again, it's probably just a little bit too dark. Something like that. T for your text tool. Come in and basically title the photo. This is called Coogee Beach. And this is like a 100 by 66 centimeter framed. Come over, change my font size. Drag it over there. Select them both. Pull it back, get it where you like, and then your photo is almost ready to go on Instagram. What you could do is you could hit your crop tool, come through, basically get your crop how you want, and then just move this back over and flatten it, file, flatten, image size, change it back to 72 dpi, say at 2000 pixels. And there's your shot, it's all ready to go, looks really nice. You can put whatever text you like on here. You can be like what I've done with this shot here and made my own in stock ready to ship, because I have these sort of photos already in stock on my website, especially with things when special events come up, Christmas, special Black Friday sales, you want to have these sort of things ready to go to roll out. And that's pretty much it, guys. So hope you got a lot out of that. If you did enjoy it, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.